Oh shit, what's up guys? So been a little while. Absolutely has. And I swear to you guys, I swear to everybody who does watch these videos on my channel, all like 70 of you, that I do record a lot of stuff, and then like afterwards I'll sit there and think, no, it wasn't worth putting up. I mean, if you want me to put up more stuff, then just say so, and I will. Because a lot of it's just kind of like me doing this driving, rambling thing where I'm not even looking at the camera half the time. Like I'll, maybe peek up at it just to make sure that it's still recording or something. But other than that, it's not. I don't really do a lot of anything except for just ramble on and rant and rave about shit. And also before my window was like jacked up, which is still jacked up as you can see with the tape, but at least it's up and you don't have to hear the all the time. But yeah, so it's feedback. Don't give feedback, whatever. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. But anyway, this is my first impression of Death Stranding. Yeah, the game's been out for a little over a year now. I didn't buy into the Kojima hype. I'm a huge Kojima fan, absolutely. But at the same time, it's like the game didn't know anything about it. It looks interesting, for sure. But like it was just, it looked like it was weird and obscure for the sake of being weird and obscure. If that makes any sense. Like, it doesn't look like there's a lot of substance to the story or a well thought out plot. It just looked like it was just a bunch of weird imagery, weird scenarios, weird situations. And I'm still really early on in the game. I just picked it up a couple days ago for like $15 at GameStop. Because that's one of those early Black Friday deals, whatever the hell they are. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll give it a shot. It's been out for a while now. And the reviews for it are kind of fucking pointless to even look at. Because there's a good chunk of the population that think it's like the greatest thing ever created. Because Kojima-san made it. Because, his name is heralded as this legendary developer that has, like, cerebral games and makes you think, makes you feel. Other people say it's a complete pile of garbage that is very uneventful, uninspired, and uninteresting. So, there's just no real way to put it. Like, even the guy at GameStop is like, yeah, so just give it a day or two, and by that point, you will find out if you like it. He said you're either going to like it or you're not going to like it. So, to playing for a few hours, the mechanics are really wonky, for sure. Like, all the videos you see where everybody's, like, stumbling around and everything like that, yeah, I can see where that's coming from, because the controls are they're refined, yet they're sloppy as hell. It's hard to explain. Because, like, you look at it, you think people are doing that shit on purpose in the videos for the sake of making it content and making it look like you're fucking tripping over everything like a maniac, when in all actuality you can trip over everything like a maniac. Like, even just walking down, like, not even a steep hill, but like a shallow incline, and all of a sudden your guy will start, like, and, like, lose balance and almost fall over and shit. But at the same time, it's like it's thought out, because like if you start to lose balance, there's several ways where you can maintain balance. You can adjust yourself. It's a very, very strange feeling game. As far as the plot goes, all I know is that you play Sam Porter Bridges. There's this shit that makes you age if it hits you when it comes from the sky. And at certain points, these invisible things, which nobody can see, but certain people can sense them because they have dooms and they can kind of tell that they're nearby without having to use that little beep, 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 beep bot thing. But it's, you know, it's like they know that they're there, they know what to do when they're there to avoid getting caught and killed. I don't know. I don't fucking know what the hell is going on. And it's like, you know, this is like still early on shit in the game, so it's no spoiler territory here by any measure. But it's like, you know, like after your first scripted encounter where you get dragged away to the scene, I think is what it's called, like basically the afterlife, you can actually manipulate yourself around the scene to find your body and bring yourself back to life, which is a mechanic in the game. And then it's like you'll meet up with random people, and it's like they don't have names, they just have like their own monikers that they come up with, like Guillermo del Toro, I can't almost butcher that name, has a role in this game where he plays Deadman, a person who was a coroner and is now a doctor for people that have dooms. So he is very familiar with the land of the dead. So he's called Deadman. Doesn't have a name, doesn't have an actual profession to say. It's just he used to work around dead bodies, so guess what? Now you're a doctor for people that die and come back. Okay. So it's just, you know, the world is gorgeous. The visuals are fantastic. It's like, I don't even have a 4K TV. I have a standard PS4 Slim, not even a Pro. And the game is fucking eye candy. By all fucking measures. It's gorgeous to look at. But the somewhat lack of a cohesive story at this point, it's like, it's one of those games you have to dedicate yourself to playing and getting into, it seems, because like I got like 4 hours in and I'm still like, I mean, you know, for under $20, I'm not going to take it back or anything. I'm just going to keep it and play through it, even if it takes me fucking a year. Because I'm, like I said from the very start, like, I'm interested in the game. I just don't know anything about the game. And even a year later, not a lot of people know much about the game. Or if they do, they don't want to spoil anything, which kudos to them. But at the same time, it's a game that everybody's trying to figure out, like, dude, what the fuck is this? And nobody seems to know what the fuck this is. Maybe a little extra, you know, help wouldn't be a bad idea. You know, give some people some semblance of understanding, like, you know, not even like major spoilers, but like a general vague idea of like how the story kind of unfolds. That way people can sit there and see that whole like 40 to 50 hour trek of delivering packages pays off. Because, you know, again, the guy at GameStop even said it's very much a walking simulator, a very, very, very long walking simulator, which means there's not a lot of combat encounters. Like, I haven't even had one yet. And it's just, all you do is deliver packages. That's all you do, is deliver packages at this point. And I do know that there's a mechanic later on where you can like build structures and like connect towns and shit like that to kind of basically, you know, bring the world back together. But I haven't hit that point yet. I mean, granted, I've been doing a lot of like exploration and walking around and just taking the environment in and playing with all the little fiddly shit that I can. And like trying to figure out, you know, like, oh, what can I do here? What can I do here? How does this work? How does this work? How does my stamina meter work? How does my endurance meter work? You know, it's just confusing. That's the best way to do it. It's confusing. I mean, this is going to be like a 10 plus minute rant of basically saying that I don't understand the game. And granted, I'm still early on in the game, so I probably don't understand the game yet. But I've played games that have, shorter, more compacted storylines that are very cerebral and mind-bending. And it's like within a couple of hours, you kind of start to see, like, okay, maybe this is going. You can actually, kind of do a little piecing together and kind of figure out little bits and pieces here and there. Where this game is just straight up like, you're a courier, deliver packages, talk to people, deliver packages, talk to people, deliver packages, talk to people, try not to get caught by the invisible monsters that you can't see or fight against, deliver packages, talk to people. And if that's all the game is for 40 plus hours, it's one that's going to be a very hard sell. I mean, granted, Kojima left it vague in the sense of his Kojima-ness. He's used to making people, like, wonder what the hell. Like, even, like, the later Metal Gear Solid games. Like, Metal Gear Solid 1 was, a fairly straightforward, espionage action game. Had a lot of, like, themes of warfare and subterfuge and shit like that. And then later on in the game series, he had like characters like Vamp, which just seemingly couldn't die, and Fortune, who couldn't be hit, and then the pain and the end and shit like that, which is like they had like these supernatural powers. Then even in Metal Gear Solid 5, you had the freaking, I can't remember what the hell they're called, like Venom or Poison or something like that, where basically they were super ninjas that just came out of fog that were super deadly and hard to kill. It's like there's a lot of like weird, crazy shit, and it looks like he took all those crazy ideas that he couldn't put into MGS and made a game out of them, but didn't know what to do with them. So he's like, let's have people just walk around the world, and things are gonna happen. That's what it feels like to me. I mean, there's definitely an underlying skeleton of, an interesting game potentially there, but the execution so far is very meh. It's lackluster. It's very open and vague, with not a lot of feedback, but it has potential to be something possibly cool. Oh, excuse me. So, I will definitely do an update video whenever I do get a chance to get farther into the game, but it's just as of right now, first impressions are very confused. So, yeah. So, if you've seen the game, you don't understand anything about the game, don't know what the hell the game is about, don't feel bad. You're not the only one. Believe me, you're not the only one. I've seen people just blindly love the game because it's Kojima. And other people, just completely tear the game apart because it's garbage. So, like I said, this is a year later. The game's been out for a while. I'm going to give my impressions as I get going and see if it actually gets better or if it still has the, like, I don't know, feel to it. So, on that note, guys, I gotta go to work. Take it easy. Be safe.